Well, hello everyone. Let me ask you, what do you know about Northwest Atlanta? You know, my friend Toni is going to tell you a lot. That's why she has this amazing map behind her. This person is so well versed in Northwest Atlanta. You're going to want to hear from her today. So, hey Toni, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm Toni Glenn. I'm a realtor in Georgia. I reside in Canton, Georgia, which is about 30 miles northwest of Atlanta.
Okay, perfect. So Northwest Atlanta, and we're going to get into what Northwest Atlanta consists of, but I'm so glad you have the map to help people understand because something that you said, gosh, it can take an hour, just to get to Atlanta from anywhere. And gosh, I do not envy the traffic you have. So I know you're going to help explain that to us today, right?
Yes, we just build it in. You already know, even if you're going to the store in your own community, carve out 20 minutes. If it's just a quick run in and grab milk and back home, carve out 20 minutes and hope that there's no accidents because it could take 40 because they love to shut the roads down. It's like, everybody stop. There's an accident. And we've had at least five today, but everything needs to stop as soon as there's an
Everything.
accident.
Okay, okay. Well, first, I want to know a little about you. So, can you tell everyone, obviously you live in Northwest Atlanta, but tell us about your real estate journey, about your family, what you like to do, any of that.
Awesome. Well, like many of our colleagues, I stumbled into real estate. My husband and I moved to Georgia in 2004 from Cleveland, Ohio. And I have to say, he's originally from LA. I have to include that, or my Cali family will have my head because he was in Ohio visiting his grandmother when he and I met. But in 2004, his department was dismantled and his sister was in Atlanta. And I, again, use that lease loosely because she lived in the suburbs of Gwinnett County, about 20 miles away from the city. But we used his severance to relocate here, and he started a tattoo parlor. I transferred from AT&T small business sales to residential sales, but then I was relieved of that position in 2007, not soon after we had our first daughter together. And the Department of Labor was offering to pay for our real estate license. And so I took it. I was already interested in real estate, but I just didn't know how or when I would actually get started. So there was a broker in our study group that offered me a position with her property management company. And so I did that for a few years and with a couple of different firms actually. And then I just got tired. I got tired of being tired. And so, with my husband's blessing, I went full time as a realtor in 2023. And I love it. I hate that I waited so long. Real estate is awesome.
I can't, man, that's funny. So you went from sales to sales, then property management, which I have experience in property management, and we could talk for hours about that, but we won't go there today.
Yes.
Um, so yes, it's very hard and challenging and tiring. And so you got into real estate 2023. So gosh, you guys were living in Cleveland, moved to Atlanta. He's from California. Okay. Well, Cleveland to Atlanta has to be a big jump, right?
It was awesome. We visited her. His sister was living here. Her husband's in the military. And so they have lived several awesome places, but I hadn't been to Georgia and I was tired of the winters. You know, Indy, our winters are brutal and we're off of the lake as well. We have Lake
Ooh.
Erie there. So it was just brutal. And I was just very tired of it. And we would come and visit his sister. And it was always sunny and humid. And I was just like, I would love to move there. Why not? We moved in February of 2024. My husband, that's how he got me here. He said, well, it doesn't snow in Georgia. You can at least, enjoy that. And I was like, we're there. February of 2004, it did snow, but the thing was none of the snow would stick to the ground. It only stuck to like the grass, and they were shutting things down. Kids were staying home, businesses were closed, and I was like, "Where are we? This is home. I have found my new home." So yes, I when we moved to Georgia, it was a big change for me, but I embraced all of it, all of the things. I have told my family I've thawed out. I do not go home to Ohio after September. That's it.
Mm-mm.
I will see you
Nope.
next summer.
Sorry, bye. Atlanta's your home now. Northwest Atlanta, that is.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about Northwest Atlanta because I have found out that each area of Atlanta is very different and it's worth talking about. So Northwest Atlanta, just tell people. So if we talk about Northwest Atlanta, what type of industries are there? What type of jobs are there, or maybe headquarters, or what brings people to Northwest Atlanta?
Besides the weather, because we do get the seasons, but we don't have like brutal weather. So you can see some snow. I'm north where you can see that above my head, Cobb County is Cherokee County. And going further, we're getting closer to Tennessee. There are mountains there, so you can see the snow there. And the summer, there are nice waterfalls because all of that is melting. So I think it's just because it's a great plethora of environments and neighborhoods and people coming from all over the country, all over the world, really, to Georgia to make it at home. You have that good variety. But there are a lot of major employers here like Delta, Coca-Cola, UPS. They call these the film industries. There are so many different films being shot around different areas that you can go up the street. I'm like I say, I'm in Canton, and you can go up the street in downtown Canton, and they will have areas blocked off because they're doing a shot there for a movie. So I think people like that the variety is there. You can definitely call it home. You feel like home after some time, and you just enjoy being outdoors a lot.
They're not too far from activities like the mountains. You're close enough to the city where you can go enjoy things. Of course, we all know Atlanta has lots to do. Well, let's just talk about the real estate market in your area because I know Atlanta is very big and we could focus on all of Atlanta, but let's focus on your area. How are things going in the real estate market?
Right now in Canton, the real estate market is kind of like your favorite coffee shop on a Saturday morning. It's busy, it's competitive, but it's still full of really good opportunities if you know where to look. So we're seeing like a steady demand, especially from first-time buyers and folks relocating, looking for some
Hmm.
room to spread out or retirement. Inventory is still kind of tight, but it's not impossible. So we always like to tell our buyers the key is working with someone who knows how to uncover just what you're looking for, whether it's something that's not on the market yet or something that's just listed and it's a gem. You got to know how to go in and get at it and be competitive. But yeah, prices they're holding strong now. We're not seeing that wild bidding wars like we did a few years ago. So for buyers, it's a really great time. If you're strategic, you can get in and find what you want at a really great price. And for sellers, homes that are priced right and marketed well are still moving quickly. It's all about timing and preparation.
So things that are priced right, as we know, that's the most important thing. They're moving quickly. Okay. Well, so you talked about first-time buyers, which is great. There's probably lots of opportunities out there for them. Tell me, what is the median, price in your area?
Right now, the median home price is sitting right around 500,000. Now, I
Okay.
know that may sound a little intimidating, especially if you haven't done this before, but here's what I always tell my clients. That number includes everything from new construction with all the bells and whistles to the larger homes on acreage. So there are still
Mhm.
some great options that are below that price point. If you're flexible, you have a solid strategy of where you want to be, and we always try to make sure we create those opportunities for our clients that are house shopping because we know that that's key. Buyers, they need someone like you and I who really know how to spot value and negotiate smart. Whether it's the first home, they're upsizing, or they're just thinking about, a long-term investment. They have to know our market's competitive, but it's not impossible. We just got to
Well,
have
with that,
the right plan.
yeah. Well, with that higher price point, because of course, Indianapolis, for example, our median price is 260. So With that higher price point, do you see a lot of investors coming to invest in your area? Do you have a lot of multifamily homes in your area?
We have a lot of multifamily in the city of Atlanta itself. Where I am it's more of a suburban area. You have multifamily homes, and they do contribute if they're fourplex or smaller, they will contribute to that price. But the investors, when they're coming in, they're not purchasing at that price point. They are looking for something that they can get maybe at the 260 price range, put a little bit into it, and then, either they're going to flip it and sell it for the higher price, or they're going to hold on to it. Because again, Atlanta being a melting pot, you have a lot of people coming here to rent first and then buy. So it's a great opportunity for the investors, but mostly inner city. As you start looking at those suburban areas, that's where you'll find the homes where families are buying, or to backtrack a little bit, they're investing, they're purchasing homes for families to rent.
Right. So there are some opportunities for investors. They just have to find the thing that's right for them, and they may have to go closer to the city to find multifamily and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what about one of our largest populations in the US, people who are looking to downsize and retire? So, are there communities in your area that are focused on 55 and up? Are they building those? Where are people who are downsizing, like, they're empty nesters now? Where are they going? Are they going to your area, outside of your area?
Mhm. Yes, not just the 55 plus communities, but we have a lot of assisted living communities. On
Yes.
those estates, they'll have um, I guess the establishment where those that need the assisted living live, but they also have homes on the property where they are monitored. They have someone that comes to the home and helps them with their medicines or getting them to their appointments. So they're assisting and assist, but they have some sort of independence. And so you see at least three of those are being, but one is complete in Canton alone. So yes, to answer your question, I'm telling you, all over, you see all walks of life coming to enjoy the area where we live. And that's what I love about it, because today I could talk to a family who's looking for a great school district to move to. And tomorrow I could talk to someone I'm tired of all these rooms. I just need to find a space for me. So it's really exciting at this time. But yes, the area where I am primarily focused, you could find most any type of property that you're interested in.
Which is awesome because a lot of people, even if they're not looking for 55 and over communities, are looking for, one-story ranch homes, especially as people get older, and a lot of the population, that's a big, big portion of our population right now. Um, in your area, you've told us kind of about the homes, who's coming there, what kind of companies you have, but what are some fun things to do? I mean, I know people can drive to Atlanta, but what are some fun things to do in your area?
Well, we have the best of both worlds here. In Canton, it's all about family, festivals, hiking. We have the little small boutique shops where you can have clothing. We only focus on shoes. We only focus on hats. So it's like a farmer's market, but it's
Oh
our
yeah.
downtown area. But I'm telling you, it's the sweetest and um, melting pot of families around us. So whether you're relocating or you're looking for a place to, just get out and have some fun and be around your neighbors, Canton has got it. And it's only about 45 minutes from the city. So in Atlanta, for fun, you have like the Beltline or the foods. You have different, ethnicities of foods that you can find there. You have the concerts, the sports, so you have a really good daytime life and nightlife in Atlanta. And then 45 minutes away, you can come and be a little more serene and, walk about. But I feel like you get the best of both worlds because you're not as far from the city, but
Mhm.
you're far enough away where you don't have to deal with all of that traffic and the hustle and bustle that goes on day till night. They tell you Atlanta doesn't
Exactly.
close, it doesn't close. Okay.
Oh, that's the truth. Listen, I've been multiple times. But so it's like, Canton and Northwest, it's like a place, to work. I mean, people work, live, and play there, but also it's not too far from Atlanta where you can go to sporting events and games and concerts, and it's just an easy drive, which why I can see that makes Canton very popular. People, a lot of people have retreated, from the single life in Atlanta to now they have a family and they're wanting to go to the suburbs. It's the same here, but not quite the same scale as Atlanta, of course. So I'm so thankful you told us about Northwest Atlanta today. I mean, it sounds like a great place to live, lots of opportunities. I mean, with just Delta and you said Coca-Cola and a few other places alone, that brings people from all over the world, like you said, a melting pot. So when you said you guys have a lot of good foods and restaurants, you're speaking my language. So
Mine too.
I love it. I love it. But I'm so glad we got to learn about it today. And of course, anyone who's watching this, if you are looking to invest or, move to Northwest Atlanta, of course, Toni is the expert. I can connect you directly and she is going to provide amazing service. I know she's so wonderful, my friend. So thank you so much for talking to us today, Toni.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I just
Of
want to
course.
add, if you want help finding the right place, please reach out to me. I'll make sure I get you over. We have a free relocation guide that we give to families
Mm.
that are thinking of moving to this area, and we try to help them map it out. The kind of life you want to build. How is it at home? Are you in a walkable area? Do you need to be close to schools, church, things of that nature? How do you want to live so that you feel like it's home when you get here? We found the space that makes you, happy and thrive. So it's not that much of an adjustment period.
I love that. And I'm sure, yes, please reach out. We'll get you that guide. That's very helpful. I think people really love those guides and of course you're the expert. So yes, please reach out. And I just hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, Toni.
Thank you for having me. Have an amazing day.
Thank